What's up YouTube? Welcome back to 10 Minutes of Charting, where I look at stocks on my watch list so you can learn how I chart and get some potential ideas. Last time I ended with back, so let's go ahead and start with Best Buy. At this point, I think Best Buy is still going to bounce off the 20-day wedge down here, find support at 105. So if that does happen, then you can enter in at 105, or even 105. And then that would be a long position. MACD and RSI look pretty good. I think at that point, if we come down again, they'll be ready to go. If it does jump over the 20-day and can hold, then I would wait for it to come back down and confirm the 20-day before I would enter in. Beyond Meat, generally bullish. I do still think we're wedging here. Anytime here, if you want to enter a 100 strike or below, that would be pretty good. IPO'd around 60 or so. And we've had some pretty tight action here on MACD. So within the next 2 weeks, I would say, we pop up above the 20-day. Those are always good days, large green days. Citi, with interest rates potentially rising, I think we could see banks take off. However, it's a question of timing when all these things line up. So at this point, I'm thinking that we stay in this range, come back down here, and back down to 67. At that point, I'd be looking to enter, and then we would be coming up here, and I'd be looking to exit potentially around 75, although we could definitely get up to 80. CAT have a bunch of infrastructure bills. Those kind of sectors have been doing good. Deere, HD, etc. Have all been doing good, except for they had a massive run back here in the spring. So at this point, they're sort of consolidating and figuring out exactly where they want to go. So yeah, we're wedging down here. Same chart, a very common chart, I should say. MACD and RSI are fine at this point, so really we're just looking for it to bottom out here. So far we've seemed to hold 190 twice. At this point, again, it probably comes back down here, but then could be good to go up. The one thing you want to be aware of is it's below all the SMAs, so it could be bouncing down the 20-day until it finds support, but it is encouraging that it bounced off of 180 twice. CHWY, I'm in CHWY a couple positions. Really looking forward to be above 66, 65, and the fact that we're down below it is concerning. However, the RSI is very, very oversold. Hopefully that'll bring some buying pressure in, and we can see my squiggle chart. That's supposed to be the price action. These two lines here are supposed to be continuations of the SMAs. So I'm expecting this week, maybe later this week, to pop up. Later this week, mid next week, pop up above the 20-day, and then we should have a nice green candle on that, and then we start contending with these other SMAs. So yeah, I'm bullish at this point here on this one. Comcast, I don't really play that frequently. It's less liquid, less premium, but I do like to keep an eye on it. They are my ISP. So we've come down here and tapped 54.50, somewhere in that range, on these couple days. This could be support, but I definitely think down here at 50.52 is support. If this is a position you like to play, they do have earnings coming up. They have monopoly in most areas, including my own. So yeah, so that's generally good for business when you don't have any competition. Chipotle has a high price. They really do need to split like Amazon. I think they're limiting the number of traders that they can have. So at this point, I'm not sure whether the 18 mark holds or whether we come back down to 750. I think this is my worst case scenario. So if we do have a substantial close over it, which we're pretty close, it's going to come back down to 1750. At that point, it should hold here as the SMAs catch up. And so a lot of times, I have this on another chart, you'll see this coming up, and as it's getting closer, it does break through support, but then it finds that as its new support and it will go back up. So if you want to be safe, I would definitely go with 1750, and then you could wait till it, if you wanted to do a bearish play, once it crosses down here significantly, you could put some puts on just for a moment, cash in on that, and then you could sell some puts to get the ride the wave back up. Costco obviously is a beast of business. They've had a huge run up, so it's hard for me to think that that resumes and continues on. It can only go on for so long. And obviously we can see here that the trend has been down, losing momentum. So it's very likely here that we range in between 440 and 470 and just kind of bounce around in here just to make sure that it's earning what it's meeting expectations, I should say. And again, here I drew that where the 100 days coming up probably breaks through support here, but then rides that wave back up. So I'm not really looking to enter here. That's in the middle of these two yellow bands. I would like to enter closer down to the 440 range. COUP, let's zoom out a little bit. Okay, so I have these sort of two bands here, and this one is semi in this band, but it is kind of a new band all its own. So let's go back here, actually. There's a lot of overlap. So we are nearing the bottom of this channel. If we get down to 205, that would be something that interests me. 210, somewhere in that area. Again, we were just there here, but we've consolidated all this time here and here. To me, that's pretty good support, 210. So if we get another red day or two here, that would be a great entry. I think that would give RSI another leg down, sort of completing this trend, where then it can bounce back up again. MACD obviously looks good at this point. Salesforce, we have Salesforce at work. I'm not actually a fan of the product, at least that we have, but I know they are insanely popular. So but at this point we're at the top of this green channel, so either it's going to level out at this point and have something like that as the top, and we're wedging with the 20-day, and then likely it would turn over at this point and come back down to the 50-day, and then now by that point the 100-day would be in here, and then in this area is where I'd be looking to get over 275. But over in this area I'm bearish at this point. Corsair, this is still too new of a stock. I am comforted by the fact that it based down here at 25 and it hit that and bounced again. However, if this level does not hold, then we're looking to come back down to 20. You know, high could easily be 31, 30, as high as 45, but I think this is going to take months to sort of figure out where the bottom is and where it wants to, what range it wants to trade in. Cisco, to me, is an older business. I lump them mentally in with IBM. So it's not something that, again, I want to hold long term. At this point, it does look like they're failing and they could be riding the SMAs down. Now, I drew it under sort of the 50 or the 100-day here, but I was more illustrating a point as that it can roll down the SMAs until it finds its bottom. I don't know that the 52, this is only a quick bounce here, but it is pretty strong support. You know, back through here it was resistance and the whole way through here it was support. So, excuse me. So if it comes back down here, I'd be fairly confident putting on some strikes around 50, 52, and having that be the bottom end of its range. Carvana, very quick double tap here. MACD, RSI look like they're ripe for a turnaround. But again, this is super concerning how much of a downtrend we're in at the moment. And it's actually, you know, accelerated, I think, to a degree. That's pretty steep. So I'm definitely going to look for it to build a base for a couple days before I'm interested in thinking about that. Datadog, to me, just looks, you know, how long is this going to go up? Could go up for some time, but when I see something like that where it kind of looks clear skies, I get paranoid, and I'm more the person that likes, you know, something like this where it's wedging. Let me delete this line here. I switch back to Corsair if you didn't catch that, where it's kind of wedging down. I'm more this is my setup where I like to get it as it's turning around. To me, this looks like it could be the opposite direction, where we're wedging up, and then it could roll over. So that's not something I'm interested in. Deer, I guess will be the last one here. Found support here at 335, and we're very close to that right now at 343. So if we come down here again, that would be a good entry point, I think. And if it comes up in here, you could be looking at an iron condor with the top band being 390, bottom band being 335. So I guess that's it for today. I'll pick up with deck next time. Thanks.